rebels held in East Aleppo to bring it hard. Security Council resolution calling for a new pause to the fighting was vetoed. Russian-led airstrikes continue.
Here's what is happening right now in eastern Aleppo. Syrians, trapped by the fighting, are sending out their final appeals for help. This is what is being done by member states of the United Nations who are sitting around this horseshoe table today to the people of eastern Aleppo. Aleppo will join the ranks of those events that define modern evil. Halabja, Rwanda, Srebrenica, and now Aleppo. Are you truly incapable of shame? Is there literally nothing that can shame you?
This is not leading from behind, this is hiding from behind. We have Smith power, attacking Iran, Assad, Russia, saying, have you no shame? What about the administration? The thing about Syria and the Obama policy is that this tiny country has caused so much destabilization, not only for its neighbors, but for Europe and so forth.
How can something so clear in retrospect become so muddled at the time by rationalizations, institutional constraints, and above all, lack of imagination? How could it be that those who fight on behalf of these principles are the ones deemed unreasonable? George Bernard Shaw once wrote, "The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man."
What's happened in Syria? There's not a day that goes by that I don't think. It's natural to want to blame someone for a terrible outcome. And I get that. I wish there were an available alternative for us to fix that situation in Syria. But we looked at all the alternatives, and there was not one that worked. I'll be honest with you, sitting here today, I don't know how much of that I had to put down in the inaction, because I knew after 2013 I was going to be living with this thing. And so to this day, I'm torn by, it's a complicated thing. This gets back to targeting your content. You construct arguments to rationalize something that you used to feel passionately about. I think there's something like that. To be a liberal and to deal with these questions, probably never needs
Anyone with any responsibility for Syria and for our policy there has to look themselves in the mirror and see failure staring back at you. On one level, it's as simple as that. We didn't stop the slaughter of hundreds of thousands of people. We didn't prevent millions of people being forcibly displaced from their homes. We look at that bottom line, and you can't but conclude that we failed.
inability of the international communities come together to try to stop mass atrocities. And this is one of the worst mass atrocities, but they existed before Syria, they existed after, and we haven't been able to answer that question. The whole theory of responsibility to protect, which has never really been implemented, you know, it's not the international consensus today.
I believe that the United States bears responsibility to try to lobby action in response to genocide, mass killings, mass atrocities, so that the world cannot descend into darkness and madness. We have an obligation to play a central role, but not a singular role.
Great power politics don't go away just because of the responsibility to protect. The Security Council gave 5 permanent members a veto, and for any of the permanent 5 to be a sole arbiter of whether you can kill people or not, that's not what the founders had in mind.
Mr. President, the General Assembly, by unanimous vote, affirmed that genocide is a crime under international law, which the civilized world condemns, and for the commission of which principal and accomplices are punished.
There will always be genocides or war crimes because human nature hasn't changed. If you look around the world, you can see how the forces of selfishness and barriers and the denial of rights are growing. And they are growing, I believe, because the democratic institutions that were put in place 70 years ago are all under assault in too many countries. They are losing, including the values themselves. Every nation of the world agreed that the international community has a responsibility to protect equal.
Pretty heavy stuff, huh? How about a soda or something? I can't find anything good to drink, but I can give you a ginger ale.
Do you have any idea whether or not I could really hear you?
Would you like a ginger ale?
No, thank you.
Would you like to see what I'm doing?